Hey there, welcome back to Funko Friday. This is episode 9, and today we'll be taking a look at a villain. My only other villain is Sark, which we'll take a look at in a little bit, a little bit of comparison. But this is Zurg from Lightyear. I've always been a big fan of Zurg, ever since I saw him in, like, Toy Story 2. Believe that was his first appearance. He was mentioned in the first Toy Story pretty heavily, but he wasn't actually seen until the second film, and he played a big part. He wasn't just this small cameo. Um, and I looked up the price of the original Zurg, and it is, yeah, it's not happening. I'm not getting that. But you know what? I kind of think this one's better. It's probably the most detailed pop that I have thus far, other than Boba Fett, which we took a look at last episode, the Book of Boba Fett version of him. It's pretty awesome. But this is Zurg, and I wanted him since they made him as a pop, the second version of him. And I loved his design in the movie, the Lightyear design, or the redesign. They redesigned him. They made him different, but he is still recognizable. He has some of the features. He's got the eyes, he's got the mouth, he's got the horns, got the cannon. That's all there, but it is definitely more modern, which I like, and it looks amazing. The design work for this one. Anyway, here's the box. It is pop number 1214. Um, it's got the Lightyear branding. It's got Zurg there at the front. It's a bit of a plainer box. This is the only Lightyear pop that I really care to buy. I mean, I love the movie. It's great. But I just wanted Zurg because he's just one of my favorite characters. So you know what? One of my favorite villains, I should say. So here's the other ones. You can get both of the Buzz Lightyears. There's Izzy, Socks, and of course Zurg. I'm surprised there's not one with Buzz with his, like, regular outfit, like, maybe, like, flying. I thought that was interesting. But, yeah, there's not much to this box. My favorite part of the box is actually the top, where you can see just a hint of Zurg's helmet. It's cool. And you can see the Pixar logo. And I paid 12 bucks for this, which is kind of like the standard price for Funkos. I'm assuming part of the price comes from the boxes. That's what I've realized, because, you know, I've gotten a pop without the box, and it's like $6 bucks, $7. This one has the box, so I'm assuming it makes it a little bit more expensive. So if you get a Funko Pop with the box, it's probably going to be near 13, 12 bucks. Just depends. Anyway, who cares about the box? Let's take a look at the actual figure, which is fantastic. Because they get the movie design, like, it's incredibly accurate to the movie, but it's also very, like, stylized. Like, it has that animated look, which is great. That's kind of the point. But yet it looks very evil, very menacing, very, like, kind of adorable, but yet it's hard to explain. It's, like, endearing. It's very appealing. Like, Funko Pops had this very, like, certain style. Certain ones, like, work. Like, in animation, it's tough to get, like, this kind of design to work. But since Lightyear is more realistic, it actually kind of helps. And I looked at the original Toy Story 2 Zurg from the Funko Pop line. It doesn't look the greatest. It's probably because it hasn't aged that well. But they tried to take his look and make it into a figure, and it doesn't look the greatest, but this looks awesome. So here he is. He doesn't have a stand. He actually stands up pretty well, but if you kind of, like, move him around, or he can get knocked over a little easily because his head is so big. But yeah, he's great. He's got his action pose. I'm assuming this is from the scene where he first meets, or I guess when he first fights Buzz and Izzy, like the gang, when they first encounter him after the space fight, and, you know, the ship fight. I think because in the trailer he was, like, reaching out to Buzz. I think that's what they're going for, because he's like reaching out to us, kind of. I almost would have liked. This is, like, one of my complaints. I think it's, like, one of my only complaints. I kind of wish that you could move his arm down and move his gun arm up, so he's, like, aiming at you. I think that would have been better, because he's always using his gun, like his ion blaster. Yeah, like, he has the gun, but he's not using it. Like, it's just at his side. It's a little lame, but you know what? Whatever. At least he has it. I find it funny that the Funko Pop of Zurg has the blaster, but the Lego version doesn't. I had to build my own. That's a little odd. I guess they didn't have the reference material, whatever. Anyway, Zurg does have articulation. His head can move. So if you want to change his look, there you go. You can move it pretty much all the way around, which is great. And yeah, that's the only movement, which is fine. Most Funko Pops only have the head movement, which is fine. That's kind of expected. Some of them, very few of them don't, or very few of them have more movement. But yeah, it's kind of standard. I love the design. I think of all the Funko Pops I have, this is probably my favorite in terms of the detailing. Like, oh, they did not need to go this hard for Zurg. Like in the movie, you didn't get to see his armor that much, like his look. It's because it's like an action film. He's kind of moving around a lot. Even in Toy Story 2, he wasn't really like standing still that much. Um, so you had to like pause the movie to get more look at or get a better look at him. But they actually took the time. They must have got a lot of reference material, reference photos, because everywhere there's detail. There's mechanics everywhere. Like there's just stuff to look at. It's awesome. They like they must have gotten a lot of the design work and stuff from the designers and stuff because it just looks so mechanized, so robotic. It looks so great. Um, Although his legs seem a little bit fragile, so I wouldn't try to move those, but he's gonna be standing anyway. Again, I think he maybe should have been in an action pose where he was like crouched a little bit with his gun out, like in front of him. That would have been a little bit cooler, but you know what? It's fine. He's got lots of. It's kind of hard to show the detail because it's so small, kind of. But he's got just like wiring and like pistons and like hinges everywhere. Just there's just stuff all around. There's armor. And what I like about the purple is it's very like metallic. It's almost like shining. Like if you look at it closely, it's like sparkling. Like that's cool. They didn't need to do that. Or they didn't need to do that. But that's cool. He's got his ion blaster, which is very deadly. It looks great. He's got his legs. He's got, you know, the bulkiness of his suit. Um, it just looks amazing. Just looks so nice. There's the back. He's got more, you know, just design work. He's got his feet there. Here's the bottom. Now, my favorite part of this figure is actually on the back of him because you don't notice this in the movie, but on the back of his helmeted head, yeah, whatever it is, his head, there is some alien writing, which is very interesting because in the movie we didn't get to see this. It was, if you saw it, it was like a few seconds at most because he's mostly in action scenes, so he's moving around. But I find this very interesting because I looked up the Lightyear alphabet, like the alien lettering, and there's no such thing. So I'm very confused, but also kind of intrigued. Why did they write this lettering? It almost seems like there's two different words. So here's one word, here's the other word. My guess is that it says keep away, because obviously Zurg is a very dangerous enemy, very dangerous character, like very deadly being. He's not to be messed with in any version. So yeah, I think that's what it means, but I don't know. Like, if anyone knows what this means, just let me know, because I am very, very curious as to what that says, the words. Um, it's got some more detailing, like some more, if it'll focus. There's like a little cross, like a bullseye, I guess, if that's what could be. Just some more detailing. But I love the head. The head is amazing. He's got just like a tons of wiring. Just there's like these wiring that goes around his whole head, tubing connecting to his back. He's got the horns, which are sharper, they're straighter. It's obviously very iconic. He's got the top of his head, the red eyes. Well, these eyes are more orange in person, but it's still the same thing. And I also love his mouth. The mouth is very accurate. It's like very like Darth Vader esque, which I heard that Zurg in the original Toy Story 2 was based off of Darth Vader's design pretty heavily. I could see that. It's very like kind of reminiscent of Vader in a way, like his helmet, like the triangle. It's definitely like got the similar feel, which is cool. And I like the metallic look of his mouth. He's got the like this gold over the mouthpieces, and it just looks excellent. Like this is probably one of the best designed pops that I've seen. Just it just looks. First of all, it's accurate to the movie, but it also has that Funko Pop feel, and it also just I don't know. It looks so professional, like so well made. That's what I. That's the word I could use. Well made. It's just very well designed. So, yeah, that's Zurg, the Lightyear redesign of him, which I had no problem with him being different because you don't want to repeat the same thing. I mean, it's kind of lame if you do that. I'll give you a short comparison with Sark, another Disney villain. Well, Sark is a Disney villain, Zurg is a Pixar villain, but they're both part of the Disney universe, so it makes sense, it works. So yeah, Sark is a little bit shorter, probably because he's doing a action pose, and Sark is from the Disney movie Tron. So yeah, an old film, but a goodie in my opinion. Um, and yeah, that's him. That's Zurg. Pretty awesome. Glad to have another villain to the team. He won't be my last villain, I don't think. I have a few more on my list, but yeah, that's what I think of this pop. It's awesome. I highly recommend if you're a fan of Zurg and you don't have the money to afford the original, which is over $200. So yeah, that's not happening. But it's a good pop. This one's better. It just looks better, and yeah, they definitely put the effort into this one. But let me know what you guys think of Lightyear. Did you not like it? Did you not? Did you like Zurg's redesign? Do you prefer the original? Let me know. And do you think they did a good job on this? I think so. I think if Funko does more pops like this, just the care and attention to detail, they're gonna do very well. So yeah, it's great. Definitely recommend it. Definitely one of my favorite pops, just in terms of detail. I think it is my favorite so far. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Take care, and yeah, we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.